Thank you for being with us. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. My name is Dave Webb, and I am thrilled and honored to represent our own M, even if it's in reverse in that view. But we're glad you're with us. We're glad to have people joining us on this call, and we will have this fired up very shortly. We are starting now because it is 5:01 p.m. here in Utah, and we're eager to talk about the Fast Builder app. We have an announcement at the end of the call, at the end of the webinar, that will make the official announcement about a possible special opportunity to purchase things for the most important women in our lives. And I guess I've given away too much already, but you're not going to know the details until the end of the call. But we'll launch that tonight at the end of this call. I'm thrilled to introduce our good friend and neighbor, Mr. Joe Melling, who is joining us. We're talking about the Fast Builder app, and this is something that we as a company have been very proud of. Some great people have been working on this, and you know Alan Templeman, you know the partnership that we have with the developers that we're generating for this application. And we have seen some success stories already, and we're very excited for what this is going to mean for us, both individually as the individual business owners that we know you are, and then for the growth and success of the company. We've got some good traction on it so far, and a great way to help us build our business in the most natural way possible in 2018, which is through technology, through the most approachable technology, ways that keep us connected, but we don't want to feel obtrusive. Sometimes, and I'll speak for myself from the time that I spent years ago as an independent business owner, distributor, marketing executive, whatever you want to call it. And there was a discomfort that I had in approaching people, whether I knew them or not. Certainly different levels on different degrees for different people. But that was something that I wore really heavily. It really locked into my conscience. So I'm glad that we have the opportunity to introduce concepts and technology that can deliver us into things and can deliver for us the very things that we would like to have be powerful for us. So with that, I want to welcome Mr. Joe Melling.
Welcome, Dave. Sorry, I got booted out.
Then I'm sorry you got booted out. I accept full responsibility. So many ways we can blame technology, but it's usually, somebody said the error occurs between the keyboard and the viewer. So that means me. So I apologize for that. But Joe, we're talking about the Fast Builder app. We've got a good collection of folks on the line right now, some of whom have experience using the app. Others are waiting to see if it's something they want to use, something they want to employ for their own use. And others who maybe dipped their toe in and may have had a hiccup or a question and didn't dare start sending things out. So let's start with your experience. You've used this application in another life, let's say. And tell us just a broad overview, a quick kind of a snapshot. How would you describe what this app is and what it can do for people?
Well, thank you very much, Dave. I love this app, and the way it can really benefit you in your business is in helping guide your prospects from exposure to exposure, which to me is really the best way to do network marketing. You know, I don't believe in sitting down with someone and trying to hard close them or sell people in. I really believe that if you have to manipulate or trick someone into joining, you have to manipulate or trick or motivate them every single day to go to work. And that is just way too much work. The reality is there are plenty of people that are already looking for us. They just don't know perhaps that we are what they're looking for until we show up and provide some education and understanding for them where they can take a look at our products and our opportunity and what makes us different. And then all of a sudden they go, wow, this is what I've been hoping for. This is what I've been praying for that would come into my life. So I
want to jump in because you hit something really quickly there that I think is going to be of impact to a lot of people. When you said guiding them from exposure to exposure, the marketing stats range anywhere from you have to be exposed to something between 17 and 33 times before you will take action. So that's why you see 100 different commercials for pizza and beer and trucks and vacations and technology. You see those because nobody really looks at it and says, I'm going to go do that. But on the 17th or 18th or 31st or 45th or whatever it is, that's when people start to put the information together and take action. And what you're saying here, you're guiding them from exposure to exposure. And you talked about this in a couple of your other presentations where you equate it to a baseball field, where the first objective is not just to hit a home run, which is to get someone to sign up on the spot, because that's a rare occurrence. In some cases, you will do more damage if you try to do that in one swing than if you do it through the individual steps. But rather, I love how you talk about taking people, getting them to first base. What's the simple step to do first? All you need to do is A, B, and C, and you are at first base. Then they need to learn these other elements, and then they advance. So tell us a little bit about taking people from exposure to exposure.
Yeah, so one of the things that I learned that's really worked for me is if I sit down with somebody, and spend an hour and show them every video I have and talk about every single product and explain the comp plan and explain the management and really give them the whole enchilada, then they're backed into a corner where they have to say yes or no, because they have all the information they could possibly want or need. I've probably given them a lot of information they didn't even ask for or didn't even want, but I just offered it. And then they're at a point where I have nothing left to give them. So what I learned to do over time was that my results were far, far better if I would send people one exposure or one piece of information. So send them a video, a 1 or 2 minute video, then call up and follow up on that video. Ask them, tell me what you like best about what you just saw. And then, if they mention something about a product, then I'll send them another product video. If they mention something about the opportunity, then I'll send them another opportunity video. But I'm going to follow up and send them one more little piece of information. And then I'm going to follow up again and say, did you watch it? Was the information clear? Tell me what you like best about what you just saw. Oh, that reminds me of this other video we have that explains, the RDT technology a little bit more in detail. Do you mind if I send you that video? And then I'm going to send them the next video. So what the app really does is allows me the opportunity to send them one little piece of information to get the conversation started, then call them, ask them what they like best, send them another little piece of information, which might be a PDF. If they said, hey, I want more information on that Smart Stick, it might simply be the nutritional panel where I send them the PDF brochure and nutritional panel so they can read it. Then I'm going to follow up with them and say, did you get the PDF I sent? Did it make sense? Was the information clear? Tell me what you like best about what you read, right? And then I'm going to send them the next piece. So the app empowers me with just a few minutes. It can be a really quick phone call, find out what they like best and say, hey, do you mind if I send you another video and call you tomorrow and follow up with you on what you like best about it, and then continue the process of guiding them from exposure to exposure. My goal is to never do a one-on-one or bring people to a full-on presentation until I followed through with them 3 or 4 times previously. So I want them to try the product, watch a video, maybe get on a 3-way call, look at a PDF. I want them to have anywhere from 4 to 6 exposures prior to our sit down, if at all possible. Mm-hmm. Because if they've had 4 to 6 exposures and they're still willing to sit down, odds are 70 or 80% they're going to join me in my business. Because if they haven't, if they're not interested, they will take themselves out of the equation somewhere in that follow-through process. So I'll try and call to see how they like the video, and they won't take my call for a week, right? That's a rejection that's much easier to deal with because they're simply ignoring me. So I'm like, okay, they're not interested right now. So I'll set a reminder in the app, look, call them back in 30 days or 60 days. Because right now it's not a priority. They know why I'm calling. They don't want to take my call. That means it's not a priority. But I didn't have to hear them say, why are you doing this? Are you crazy? That won't work. My Aunt Bertha got in something like this and it didn't work for her, so it's not going to work for you. Right? I didn't paint them into a corner to reject me and M as a whole. I allowed them to easily take themselves out of the equation.
And so I think another strength of the app is that it allows you to manage your tasks including scheduling. So it's not just a straight, I've got to keep a note and a sticky pad and a calendar. If you use the app in the way that it's designed, it will help you follow up. It will help you be aware of what you need to do next, and track the activity of the people that you're trying to reach out to.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, let's do this. I know we have a couple of questions that have come in. I'm monitoring those right now. I'm taking a few notes. I want to give people another couple of chances. If you don't mind, check the Q&A or the chat feature, whatever is available to you, whatever you're comfortable with, recognizing we won't be able to get to all questions. I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 things right now that I know we can share that will be of value. I want to let that grow a little bit. And for the next couple of minutes, Joe, take me through, and I know you've had success with a lot of different levels. Certainly everybody wants to think, I used the app, I clicked the video, I found that person, they called me back and said they love it and they can't wait to join. That's everybody's dream scenario. Does that ever really happen?
Yes. And, lightning strikes the same place twice occasionally as well. So that does happen, but it's so, so rare. Your odds of that happening are winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not the normal way it works. The normal way that I try and build my business is, number one, I want people to try the product, because the very best exposure you're going to have is if they try the product and love it. Because then at the very worst, they're going to become a retail customer. Of course, we want everyone to join our business, but worst case scenario, you've got a customer. So I try and get product in their hand first, and I can use the app to do that. And what I will do is send out a text to somebody, and I would say, hey, Dave, I'm working on a project I'm wondering if you could assist me with. Can you text me when you have just a moment? Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to wait for Dave to reply. And when Dave replies, I'm going to go to my Fast Builder app. I'm going to hit the share button. And then on the top right video, under the banner that says initial contact, there's an M Hydration Sticks video. I'm going to simply hit the share button, and a pre-written text message comes up that will say, hey, Dave, I'm looking for people to help me evaluate some hydration products, sticks you add to water bottles. If you'll purchase a $10 trial pack, you can try all 5 of them as fast as you want, and then let me know what you think. And if you love them like I do, I can help you get them at a discount. Watch this quick video, and then let's connect. So I'm just going to tap my screen next, find Dave in my contact manager, and send that out. So it takes literally, less than a minute for me, because I don't have to type up the text. It's already there for me, to just send that text to Dave. So once Dave responds to me and says, hey, how can I help you out? I'm going to send that text and then just await his reply. Now, I would love to tell you, everybody you send that text to is going to say, yeah, I would love to help. But that's not going to be the case. It's going to be 1 out of 2 or 1 out of 3, depending on how many times you've already tried to sell something to your warm market. I've seen people have as high as like 80% of the people saying, sure, I'll help you out, no problem, all the way down to 20 or 30% of people saying, yeah, I'll help you out. And that's typically people that have been in 4 or 5 networking opportunities, and they've approached their friends over and over. And so a lot of their friends are like, no, I don't really want to help you this time because I bought all those other things from you already.
Right. Now, Joe, you mentioned a couple of things that have been brought up as questions. So I want to jump in and answer those really quickly. The first thing was when you talked about adding a prospect. So that I have to apologize for the group right now. We were unable to have technology work totally in our favor, and we are not able to show the screen of the app in all its production value and glory. So either you're on your screen and looking at it, or you know what it looks like as we discuss some of these issues. One of the things is adding prospects. That's the top middle button or icon that you can click on. It says prospects. When you click on it, we think, and I'm thinking of, as technology users, that's a contact list. And if I want to add a contact, I look for a plus button, or I look for something that says add or new. That is not the case with the Fast Builder app. Just so you know, it is by design, and it's designed so that the only way you can add a prospect is to share with that prospect. So a lot of the early work with FastBuilder was done in building out contact lists. That still is something we will look at incorporating in the future. But for the power and strength of the app as it stands right now, it will require adding those contacts at each time you want to send. So as you include a contact to send, or a prospect that you want to talk with, or share information, or a video, or a PDF, or a video with, I think I said video twice, but that's because they're very impactful. But as you add those prospects to the receiving list, to being shared with, they then become part of your prospect list. So I want to clarify that. Probably it is an expectation, and to me it was an expectation too. I thought, well, I'm in prospects, why can't I add someone? But the reality of how it's built right now and how we need to move with it going forward is that you add prospects as you share with them. So instead of saying I've got 1,700 people I want to send this video to, right now we're requiring that they be entered individually. Is that your experience, Joe?
Yeah, and there's a very good reason for that. A lot of people call and say, well, I want to add all the prospects from my phone into prospects. Okay, so what this app is designed to do is keep at your fingertips the people that you're actively working with on a daily basis right now.
Perfect.
So when you click the prospects tab, you're only going to see the people that you've sent exposures to. You've sent a video, you've sent a PDF, you've sent something to them. You don't want to import your whole contact database, because then you're going to spend all day going, okay, who should I send something to? Right? So the idea with the app is when you log into the app, you're seeing only the people that you're actively working with. Once they're in there, then they're a prospect.
And it becomes a manageable list of the number that you can pay attention to, as opposed to a mass import. And then you want, like you said, what do I do next? Who do I go to next? This is a targeted list that you're actively approaching.
Right. And it's to help you manage your calendar, make sure nobody falls through the cracks.
Right.
If our goal is to make sure we get 4 to 10 to 30 exposures with a potential prospect, we need to have a system to track where they're at and to know what we've sent them. So one of the beautiful features in the app is when I click that prospects tab, I can see all the people that I sent stuff to. And if I click on any one of those names and I can click the little notepad, it will pull up and show me the exact day and time that I sent them each item that I sent them from the app. If it was a video, it will tell me how much of the video they watched. Was it 10% or 40% or 50%? So now when I'm following up, I can know that they're somewhat interested, or maybe they started it at work and turned it off and forgot to go back and watch it. But you're going to have real life data to know where they're really at,
Perfect.
and to know how much they viewed.
The next question that led from that, you were talking about, you can say it is as simple as selecting the video you want to send, choosing text to send it to them, and then the information is pre-filled out. Now that's great news if you're sending a text, or if you're sending sending an email from your phone. But as we look at it, some people are wondering how much of that is editable. Meaning, if you have a message that's pre-built, can you add, hey, Brittany, or hey, Steve, or something like that? Can you add a personalized element to it that is available in some elements that you're sending from? So, for example, in a text message, yes, you can. In the app uses your email as a default send mechanism. So I'm not sure if we can all kind of picture what happens when you choose how you're going to send a link or a PDF. Let's just use video as the example. When you choose a video to send, it's going to say, how do you want this to go to that person? The first option is text. The second option is email default. The third option is email phone. Then there are other things depending on what apps you have available, like WhatsApp or, gosh, I can't even think of them all right now. But there are other things that you have, whether it's going to be on Facebook, or I don't know if we've got things linked there yet. But if you choose text, you will have the opportunity to edit the message before you press send. If you choose the email from your phone, you will also have the opportunity to adjust or edit the text before you press send. But if you select email default, that's just going to go. It is already utilizing your email as a send mechanism. So as soon as you say, I'm choosing to send this by my default email, it's gone. There's no editing of that. Now, thankfully, the messaging is pretty good and pretty clean, and you should feel comfortable if it is that it ends up going through. But if you want to have any personal touch or any say in what the message is that goes out, you will want to send it by either text or by the the phone, your mobile phone version of the email instead of the default. The default will just send once you decide that's what's going to be used to be sent.
Great info, Dave. And one thing I would really recommend to everybody, the very first thing you should do if you have not done it yet, is go share every single piece of data in the app to yourself. Make yourself a prospect and send them all to yourself using various forms. You know, send them to yourself by Facebook Messenger, by WhatsApp, by email, by text, so you can experience exactly what your prospect will experience, and then you'll have the confidence to know exactly what is happening. On all of the texts and emails, it is important to know that it does put their name in. So when you preview it, it just says, you know, hey, blank. But when it shows up in your text box or in your email, you'll notice it pre-fills their name. So you don't need to worry about typing in their name. That will come straight from the prospect that you imported. But I would send yourself every link for two reasons. Number one, you want to know exactly what your prospect's going to receive and what their experience is going to be. So if they have any trouble opening a PDF, you can help them with how to open it. Number two is that you will get the real life data via the app to see what it looks like when your prospect clicks and watches a video. And when they click and watch or open a PDF, you can experience what the notifications look like and how you're going to be notified when your real life prospects are opening those files. So I would strongly encourage, if you haven't done that yet, send yourself everything so you can see what the experience is really like.
Yeah, great point. And a couple of people are asking even some fundamental questions that I should have addressed at the very beginning. And it makes sense now. Some people are asking, how do I log in? What is, it's asking for a member ID number. We want to make sure that you have the right information, that you're doing it the right way. Within your profile, it's your ID number. If anybody has any questions about this, we have, and I'm saying it 5 minutes before we close the offices and the phone lines, but starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and again through 5:30, Monday through Friday, we are happy to help anybody through any part of this process. But it is your ID number. You can see it in your profile and also after you log out. So the profile, once you're logged in, if you don't have your ID number, it is a numeric piece of information. It is that is generated from us. It is the same one you've done if you've used FastBuilder before. But if you have any questions about that, the member support team here, Stephanie, Jesus, and Caitlin, are at the ready to help with any part of that process. They can identify that for you. And then your password is going to be the same that it is in the back office. It's not a different password for FastBuilder. It's your member ID from your profile, and then the password is the same as in your back office. Other people are asking about tablets. And if this is available on tablets. The good news is it is available, even though it's built for mobile phones, it will run on tablets because tablets have typically a mobile operating system as well. So it will work, but you want to pay attention. Again, I love Joe's suggestion that you send it to yourself. I would try it from a couple of different places. What is the interaction like when I send it from here? What does someone get? What do people receive? How does it look when it comes? I mean, it says it's coming from me, but what do I look like? Is it my last name, comma, first? Is it my first name? What's going to be the best way for me to be represented there? So it's available for iOS products from Apple. It's available for Android products. And anybody that has those two universal operating systems on a tablet, it should work for you as well. So that includes the Galaxy, that includes Samsung, it includes things like that. There are a couple of questions that we're still, doing through testing about the availability to phone or your phone email showing up on your tablet, because your tablet may not be connected to your phone as an email device. But those are some things worth looking into, worth testing for yourself too. All right, Joe, give me a closing. And again, we're not done. We're done for today. And I've got a big announcement coming up, of course, but we're not done with getting this the right way for us going forward. We have some videos online. Check out the M Network YouTube channel. There's also the Fast Builder website, or the Fast Builder Facebook group. But we have some good training videos, some good background videos, and things like that. So we're never going to abandon you. We're not saying it's there, go use it. We're saying here it comes. Let's all use it together and let's make the best out of it all. But please remember to check in with the corporate calls throughout the week, the member-led calls. We have things with Kat Barnes on Thursday. Dennis and Sue Ligon lead the Saturday morning business builder call. They have some great information there. The product calls on Monday night that AJ and Jill host, typically led with Dr. Templeman and some great product experiences. Those are also available in the archives in our mnetworkcalls.com, and also on our YouTube channel, and all the videos that we produce that we are allegedly proud of. Some that we are not proud of, but those videos appear in the mNetwork YouTube channel, and we'd love to have you take a look at those and then send us any feedback. Some will need updating, and we're certainly in the process of that as well. All of this was to ask Joe to give us a quick wrap up on some of the power features, or something that you've appreciated, or what people should expect as they go forward. Joe?
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. And I would strongly encourage, more than anything else, download the app and play with it. It's free. And I love the fact that mNetwork has made this free for members. It's unbelievably generous of the company. Unfortunately, many times what comes free, people don't truly value. And so I'm encouraging you to value this. Realize the power of what you have in your hands. There are very few companies in the world that have access to this particular app. And it is the only app that I've seen in 10 years of looking at hundreds of different apps that were supposedly for us as members to help us build our business, that actually was written by a member, not by an IT guy or a corporate director that was trying to figure out how to get reports. Most of the apps in the marketplace are simply your back office with reporting, right? Which you can see online. This is an app that will help you prospect. It will help you build your business if you use it. Download it. It's free. Start using it. You cannot break it. So the best thing you can do is get in there and play around like crazy. Set your spouse or a friend up as someone. Just say, look, I'm testing out this app. I'm wondering if I could send you some stuff. I just want to see how it all works. You never know who might get their interest piqued just because you invited them to help you out in that way. But just start sending things out and using it and experiencing it, because you can go in and delete prospects. You can undo anything you do in the app, so you cannot break it. So get in there and play with it, and it's pretty intuitive as you use it. But some of the things to really look for in future trainings are when we all really understand the power of the events and how to invite people to events and make our events global, so everyone in the company can be inviting to every opportunity meeting that happens. That is something that the more and more people are actively using and putting up their meetings can be a phenomenal resource for everyone. Also, as the banners will change, we can use those for right when you log in at the front. Make sure you're checking those, because those can rotate and be changed out with special offers and other things. And when we get our new back office fully integrated into the app, there will be additional features with reporting and everything else there as well. So it will continue to evolve. This is just the bare bones. The framework is here, but it's a framework that's very powerful if utilized correctly. So just have fun with it, play around with it, and don't be afraid to ask questions when they come up.
Exactly. Perfect, Joe. Thank you again for your experience and sharing with us your great attitude. We love it. It really does embody who M is and who we aspire to be, which is the members organization. We want the members to have the best possible experience, because that makes us all successful. I'm going to jump on and share my screen really quickly, and I apologize if you can't see it. You're not missing too much, but it's still fun to have to look at. We are announcing right now the Mother's Day special from M, and this week M does stand for mother. I have a great one myself. I am married to one, and my son is now married to a mother, because we had our first grandson on Tuesday of last week. So we have 1 week old baby Theo, and we're thrilled for what moms are, what they mean. And so the Mother's Day special, this is obviously We had a little fun with what the bouquet can look like. And the wording there says, give mom the bouquet she actually wants. And we've got a bunch of sticks that are showing. So there's core, go, and soul. And I want to tease AJ Willoughby because he called this, his drink was just called Corgosol. He didn't have any differentiation between the three. He put them all into the same mix, and he was always drinking his Corgosol. So it's fun to say, but it's even more fun to give away and to drink, certainly. We've got a great deal. The member price is just $99.95 for all three of those boxes. That's a standard box with a retail value of $34.95 each, and the $39.95 each, and the retail value of $44.95 each. And we're excited to make this available. Just $99.95 gets you all three of those boxes, and then shipping will be a small nominal fee on top of that. But the promotion begins, I'm going to say tonight. I don't dare say right now because we have a couple of levers to flip and switches to pull and whatever the actual terminology is. It's really Ryan Anderson going into the system and making the update, and he is helping out his wife, mother of his kids, and so he will get that as soon as possible. I'm going to say probably by within the next couple of hours tonight, but even if not tonight, we won't run out. We are ready to carry this through. So as soon as you want, you can go online, and the item number is 3050. But also, I think you can just look up the Mother's Day special. We'll include a graphic on Facebook coming up in a moment. But this is a sneak preview to everybody who is on this call. That is the Mother's Day special, a core AO pack, a Go pack, and a Soul pack for just $99.95. The promotion runs now through Mother's Day. If you can get to the order tonight or tomorrow, it's possible that it could be delivered by Saturday in time for Mother's Day. But certainly take advantage of that great opportunity. And we wish all of the moms and the mothers and the grandmothers and the spouses and the girlfriends and everybody who is important to us. This really is a celebration of the awesome women in our life. And we love you. We are appreciative of you. And we are thankful for you and all of the joy and I'll say it, the order that you bring into our lives. Life would be miserable without moms. And I know it's also impossible without moms, but you know what I mean. So happy Mother's Day this week. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Make it a fantastic week. We look forward to being with you on our calls and talking with you going forward. Take advantage, like Joe says, try to break that app. Push it through its paces. See if you can get it to do extra special things. Try as many people as you can and want. Have people give you feedback. Again, it's no pressure. The idea is no pressure. Let's just make it something that everybody can appreciate and use. And we look forward to a great celebration of success as we all roll forward. Have a terrific night, everybody. We love you and appreciate you. Take care. Bye-bye.